Just stand to the golf ball, you're going to lower your hands, feel like you hit a little bit more at the toes, club working out a little bit, then a little bit in, and keep the release nice and soft. It's really important as the club comes into impact, the transition takes a long time, so feel like you're gripping it to maybe 2 or 3, don't pull the handle forward, that's where you're going to reduce the loft. So set up to the ball, work the club back a little bit more outside, feel like you add a little bit cupping in that left wrist, and as you come through, feel like as you release the club, the grip end of the club is working back towards the middle of your belt buckle, and the club face is nice and open, feeling that kind of toe contact. It's got the least amount of bounce, so lower the hands, open the face. But out the rough, how would you play this shot? So the ball's sitting down gradually, no more in the middle of your stance, grip down the club half an inch, gripping a little bit tighter in the last 3 fingers of your left hand, trying to keep that club face nice and open. If I grip it lighter, the face is going to have a tendency to shut more because the rough's quite thick. So what you're going to do, move the ball more in the middle of your stance, weight a little bit more on your left side for this, that's going to help us hit down a little bit more. Hit down the club an inch, we're going to stand an inch closer, we're going to work the club back, we're going to feel like I hinge the club up a little bit quicker, and I'm going to feel like I release the club a little bit more at the golf ball. It's really important to recognise when we're in the rough, we need to keep our chest turning towards the target. The chest is the engine, that's what creates the power, and that's what accelerates the club head through impact, and it's also absolutely imperative that you keep your weight moving towards your left foot. That's going to help you hit slightly down when the ball's sitting down the rough, and it's going to help you keep the loft on the club face. So 3 simple issues to avoid when pitching. Don't place the golf ball too far back in your stance, don't get the hands too far ahead, hip end of the club almost goes through your left hip, it gets really closed. Then coming back into impact, what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to hang our weight back at impact, push the handle to the right to add loft. Instead of having it too far back, have it a little bit more in the middle of your stance. What you're going to do from there is, instead of leaning the handle forward, you're going to feel like the grip's more up and down. You're going to feel like the club face opens a little bit on the way back, and then you're going to keep the club face open on the way through. Cup your left wrist on the way back, open that club face. As you release it, you're going to feel like the grip end of the club's going back towards the middle of your belt buckle. Ball further forward, open the club face up, hold the release, nice short fall through. Feel like the grip end of the club goes back towards your belt buckle. What you do from here is you're going to go left foot open, left foot back. So keep your triceps nice and close to your rib cage. Weight's favouring your left side throughout the shot. Work the club back. The only feeling is you're trying to feel like you rotate your rib cage. So your right hip goes back a little bit, left hip goes through. Chest to the target. Only feeling if you're struggling with your pitching is focus on a point towards the target. Think about there's a laser on your chest. Many golfers who struggle with pitching at impact, chest doesn't really fully move towards the target, fully open up. So think laser on the target, laser on your chest. As you work the club through, the laser on your chest has to point towards the target. That's going to connect those 2 lasers. It's going to allow you to keep the energy of the club head flowing all the way through the shot. Let me know what you're struggling with within your golf swing at this moment of time. Comment below with what you're struggling with within your golf swing. As we're in a bunker, a lot of people struggle with this shot. Here's a simple tip that's going to help you eradicate your bunker woes. Many people get into this position. As you release the club, toe of the club releases too much. As you can see from the 58 degrees I've got on this club, reduces quite significantly. As you set up to the golf ball and then as you release the club, what I want you to try and do is try and get right palm more towards the sky, and it's the feeling of grip end of the club more pointing back towards your belt buckle. Just putting the grip end of the club almost in your left pocket or pointing back at your belt buckle if you want to hit it a little bit higher. Hinge it up, hinge your back, club face matching the angle of your spine, grooves to the sky. Delightful. World class. Guys, quick tip if you're struggling with your pitching. One of the biggest things I see on a regular basis is people don't know where to land the ball. First thing you do is read the lie. The lie controls what club you're going to hit. Here we've got a 25-yard shot. I need to land the ball just before the kind of first cut it off, and I want to run it on. How would you play that shot? Look closer, almost feel like the face is just pointing slightly to the right, but then what you want to do from there is you want to stand with your feet a little bit more open, so the heel slightly off the ground, a little bit more straight back. Then you're just going to hold the loft on the club. Many people who struggle with this shot get the toe releasing too quickly, that's going to reduce the bounce. So keep the grooves of the club pointing back at you, right palm to the sky is another good feeling, and then almost feel like you're looking over your left shoulder as you hit this. That's going to help you keep the loft on the club, almost like this. Best shot of the year. What we've got here is we need to hit the ball quite high. We've got about a 2-yard gap. We need to land the ball to stop softly. How we're going to hit the shot, we're going to take the most loft of the club, high tariff shot. challenge yourself, 58 degrees aloft. How are you going to play that? You want to play the parachute shot, nice high floaty shot, stop nice and quickly and try and get inside that yellow golf ball. I'm going to just open the face slightly, but you're going to feel like the heel is slightly off the ground, so the toe just glides through the grass. That's going to give you the widest margin for error. Like the club head slows down through impact, you're going to feel that your hands almost stop at your left pocket. We do this nice and slowly so the club's got enough time. Passes the hands, so we keep the loft on the club face. Up a little bit left of this shot, open the face. I'm kind of cutting across it slightly, so I feel like the toe of the club hits the ground, so that takes the heel away from the golf. Heel slightly off the ground, work it back, work it through, nice and close. So feel like your hands stop at your left pocket.